40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the San Francisco 49ers. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. First play, first pass for Brady. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. This defense for the Niners, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
Brady throwing complete here to Fournette. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Niners are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And right away, he lost the football. There he goes, left side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now a 7-0 game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go.
On first down, Garoppolo. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Succop for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
49ers nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From his end zone, Wilson. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
Coming in to put a lick on it was Levante David.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now the second-year man from Louisiana. Here's Elijah Mitchell. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of the game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Brady. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on it quickly once more. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
In motion left goes Jones. Brady. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 30. 10, 5, and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, turnabout is fair play, I guess. They had a pick 6 against them earlier, and now this defense, Charles, they get a pick 6 of their own.
And for a moment, let's just set aside how it impacts the scoreboard, because how about the response? One defense gets the pick 6, the other comes back and matches it. These are two defenses that are planning on winning the game for their teams themselves.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no return here for Wright. It'll be a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Business. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Brady. And this one caught downfield by Evans. On the move past the 40. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. From his end zone, Wilson. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
Here we go.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Screen play setting it up for Mitchell. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To throw is Garoppolo. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw here into the hands of Jones. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
No, 66.
Here's Brady to throw. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
49ers 7. Ryan Suckup to kick off for Tampa.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
21. Here we go.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Vita Vea in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That's taken on the 25. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Jones now in motion left. Fournette, a first down carry. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. He'll get that out to the flat to White. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Jacket, reload! Hold 50.
From the 31, Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. He got 29 yards that time. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. A quick throw by Brady, complete. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Bucs continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point put through by Suckup. And the route is on here in this first half.
35, 49ers 7. Ryan Suckup to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack.
He'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressive offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. From his end zone, Wilson. And he returns this to the 22. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on it,
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
A handoff, Fournette running left, fights through it. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, it's Brady. This is caught by Evans. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain there of 21 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Running left, it's Fournette. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
2nd down, back to Fournette.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down.
They'll swing this out to Fournette.
Touchdown! The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady.
And the Buccaneers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
From his end zone, Wilson. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
21.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground.
honed in on it and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
14 yards that time, and a first down on the keeper.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Flush to his right.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On second down, here's Mitchell.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Got an open man. It's McLeod. Touchdown 49ers. Ray McLeod. His fourth touchdown on the year.
And the 49ers are able to at least get one score back.
Gold to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 28.
Makes the score Buccaneers 42, 49ers 14.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Now Brady. Evans has it left side.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Now a pivot and a give to Fournette. And he's got room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Fournette.
62 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
On second down, here's Fournette. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Bucs on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Shadow!
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
A handoff to Fournette. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Leonard Fournette, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
Extra point try now for Succop. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Buccaneers 49, 49ers 14.
Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away.
Fielded right around the 8. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Their own 27-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup.
They run over center with Mitchell.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
And he's got some space here. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
114 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Fournette. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th and goal as they look to finish this one off.
yards.
Succop's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Succop now set to kick it off following the made field goal.
From his end zone, Wilson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here we go, here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Garoppolo. And my goodness, another interception. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And I think they are going to get this one back. Boy, that would have been something. Double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Hey, set.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they take a knee.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Tampa Bay, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7.